Hey Morta beloveds, I was trying to shoot a video while I'm sitting still, but I can't. I don't know why. Seems like when I'm sitting still, I'm in basically zero mode. I have no thoughts, no nothing. So it's kind of like that, state of nothingness. So I actually have to drive or walk so I can get ideas to come to me. That said, um, something came to me yesterday, and I didn't want to do too many videos. I have a lot of ideas come to me all the time, and literally when I'm moving around, seems like it stimulates my connection to the matrix or to the mind, versus when I'm sitting still. It basically just takes me to that 0 point of the universe where it's like, that supreme state of nothingness and peace. But that said, my idea yesterday was that why are these clones so freaking annoying? What is up with that? I mean, you can't be any just more annoying. And like some of you guys said, you can't be any more backwards than what they do. And then I realized it. We designed them that way. And why did we design them that way? Because you, as the universe, you're at source all the time. But if at source you don't get energy, and maybe you don't get information, you stop existing. So you left these copies of yourself behind in all these different apps, these different dreams, these different planets, in order to harvest energy. So the clone that is here, that is annoying you, belongs to a so-called, divinity. I hate to use the word God because that's been overused and it's totally misunderstood. But that belongs to a divinity that left that copy behind. So their sole purpose is to harvest this energy from everybody else within the planet and siphon it back into its rightful owner. Do you see how that goes? So the more annoying of a copy you leave behind, the more loosh it harvests for you. So simple. It literally is like playing a video game and you leave a character in the video game and the character is so annoying and annoys all the other players. But by doing that, it harvests points, it harvests power. For when you re-access the game, that person, that character that you left behind will have collected for you a lot of points, a lot of energy. You see how that goes? It's so elegant. So when you are done, so-called, with this life, when you're done playing this video game, you will leave a copy behind, unless, like I said, you drown yourself by water. Water erases the code. But I'm not saying you have to actively drown. I'm saying you can just either, have, like, sometimes accidents happen, and you design them that way to happen, or I think even if you just get burned and drowned should be just fine, because technically you're erasing the code by means of water. Water is like a transition into a different world, so to speak, into the spiritual. But anyways, so this clone that you left behind will harvest energy for you, and it has to do it by opposition. So these dead copies of yourself are basically damned forever and ever, like vampires, to collect life energy for you and send it back to source. So the more annoying your copy is, the more it collects energy. So now you have to wonder, how am I going to leave an annoying copy in this planet to harvest energy for me? And only you have that answer, because you already know what you want to do. Now, there are different kinds of energies, and you will harvest whatever type of energy you need, whatever type of code you need when you're at source. So that's really up to you. So you get into as much trouble as you want to get, basically. Because if you want to be at source, you have to be in balance. You have to be in balance with the good, the bad, and the irrelevant, basically. So you are technically in a, I mean, you're always in a state of oneness and peace and immortality, but your clone is in the complete opposite state. So when you hear people talk about, what was that guy's name? He's some sort of record producer. He was saying how he got cloned, M something, I can't remember. But Marshall something. But yeah, so everybody's laughing at him, saying that there is a clone, like he got cloned in the lab. Well, that's possible because, DNA is technically like information that you can duplicate. But basically, you can just clone somebody's mind. And he says that if he doesn't obey to whatever master, his clone gets tortured. And that's true. Everybody was laughing at him, but it is true, because you can get tortured just by having your mind tortured. So if you step outside of your script, so to speak, that you left behind for your clone, that clone will encounter problems because they're stepping outside of that pattern. So the universe is literally just like a video game. You program the settings for your clone, and that clone follows a script, a set script, because see, it has to. Because if it doesn't follow script, it's no longer a clone. You see what I'm saying? So now the best of both worlds is for you as a clone to constantly have communication with your higher self. See, this all blends in with all the spiritual talk that people have talked forever. So basically, if your lower self connects with your higher self, you have the best of both worlds. And one of my best friends, Jordana, is like that. She is what I call basically a clone according to her blood test, Rh positive, but that's neither here nor there. The test might actually be wrong. But she is in constant contact with her higher self. And she is wiser than, even the ones that I believe are a true copy. So she figured out a way to get the best of both worlds. You see that? So that's amazing. And the way you do that is by somehow cultivating a constant state of peace and balance and harmony and love and lack of fear. And once you do that, you open up your code to a higher code. So now you are in a state of like a computer program. Just like a computer that plugs into the quantum computer. You get to have the basic code, but you also have access to the hyperdimensional code. So that's it. That's my sort of lesson for the day from what information I received. I receive a lot of information. Problem is, by the time I wake up, I forget it. And I've always been like that. And I think that's almost like a safety in a way, because sometimes you need to just rest and you need to disconnect from your higher self or from the rest of the universe. And some of us came here to just do that, to just disconnect, to not constantly be activated, not constantly be so-called awakened. And I have friends that have been here over and over again, so they're kind of like, just leave me alone. I want to enjoy my human mortal life of running around and doing whatever humans do, because they already know that when their higher code needs to be accessed, it will be. So you see, there is no fear in how the universe works, because you can't cheat the process, because you are the process. And that's another reason why I started the second channel, is because you guys get it. And I love to talk and commune with people that get it. I mean, some of the people were interested in like, okay, how come I'm so special? But once they found that out, they're kind of like, well, all right, I'm good. Okay, I already know this stuff. I am special. But, you know, some of you guys really want to understand the intricacies of why and how. And this is why and how. You are the universe dreaming. And you are correcting your dreams. You are balancing your dreams. You are saving your dreams. You are, you know, cleaning up your dreams. You're reorganizing your dream characters. You know, you're balancing yourself out with the energy that you need in order to keep the dream going. So technically, imagine yourself. I love that picture. I think when you punch in holographic mind picture, it will give it to you. It's basically the universe as a face dreaming a dream. So you are that right now. You are basically like the immortal mind, because I hate to use brain because brain is limited. The mind is definitely not just the brain. The mind includes all the rest of the code, plus it's the code of the rest of the universes that are dreaming. So it's almost like, imagine, I hate to use that analogy, but it's quite accurate. Imagine a circle of crystal skulls, you know, dreaming, and they're merging their dreams. They're trading. It's almost like a game of cards. You're trading, you know, clones. You're trading loosh or energy. You're trading dreams. You're trading memories. And everything that you do and think is observed at all times. At all times. So you can't really cheat the system. Because if you want to go screw a chicken, that information gets put out into the universe. And your clone, at some point in time, one of the clones, you have billions of copies of clones, gazillions, you know, one of them will probably go screw a chicken. I mean, this is a nasty analogy, but I'm just trying to make an impression on you that every single thing you do and say and think and desire gets stored within this consciousness realm that some people call it Sirius. So you're actually taking it seriously. You're taking it too serious. And Sirius basically stores all your desires and wishes. And, you know, within this planet, it's somehow connected to what we call the moon. So you got that Sirius moon matrix. And they're calling this planetary overlay Saturn. So you got the Sirius moon Saturn matrix, which is portrayed in a lot of different words. Like, for example, Israel is one of the words that portrayed is, which is, according to them, Isis, which is Sirius. I mean, Isis. Well, anyway, Ra, I think, is Sirius. El is Saturn, which is this overlay over the planet Earth. And I think that's right. Isis, I think, is the moon or something like that. So every time, like Taj Mahal means the same thing. Taj is T-A-I, which is Sirius. Ma is the moon, and Hal or something like that is Saturn. So everything encodes in this whole, you know, trilogy of information systems. Well, anyways, enjoy. I gotta run, but have a wonderful day, and maybe I'll make a video later. So, all right, stay in peace, and let me know what you think. As always, in Lakesh.